The Great Depression was a severe worldwide economic depression that took place mostly during the 1930s, beginning in the United States. The timing of the Great Depression varied across the world. In most countries, it started in 1929 and lasted until the late 1930s. In this video I am going to explain you the causes of the Great Depression. It was early 1920s, where mass production made technology affordable to the middle class. The automotive industry, the film industry, the radio industry, and the chemical industry took off during the 1920s. The prosperity of the 1920s led to new patterns of consumption, or purchasing consumer goods like radios, cars, vacuums, beauty products or clothing. The expansion of credit in the 1920s allowed for the sale of more consumer goods and put automobiles within reach of average Americans. Throughout the 1920s, each year saw a rise in every leading economic indicator. Income levels rose, as did business growth, new construction, and stock market trading. The booming stock market roped in millions of new investors, many of whom bought stock on margin. Millions of Americans began to purchase stock, causing the market to dramatically increase in value. Unfortunately for the economy, so many Americans invested money in the stock market that stocks became inflated in price. Market followed its uptrend for decades because of many new investors. Many new investors did not have idea about stock market, they just bought stock randomly. So many companies borrowed money from banks to expand their business and to reach the market needs. But in the year 1929, most of the companies went bankrupt due to mass production. Many industries closed their production without cash and many employees lost their job. Unemployment was at peak and Wall Street crashed in 1929. The causes of the Great Depression included the stock market crash of 1929, bank failures, and a drought that lasted throughout the 1930s. During this time, the nation faced high unemployment, people lost their homes and possessions, and nearly half of American banks closed. Many people could not get 2 meals a day. So on radio and in women's magazines, home economists taught women how to stretch their food budget with casseroles and meals like cream-chipped beef on toast or waffles. Chili, macaroni and cheese, soups, and creamed chicken on biscuits were popular meals. Many families strived for self-sufficiency by keeping small kitchen gardens with vegetables and herbs. Some towns and cities allowed for the conversion of vacant lots to community thrift gardens where residents could grow food. It was hard times where people were blaming the government, governments were blaming their banks and banks were blaming their borrowers. But the main cause of the Great Depression was a drought. The extreme drought in 1920s affected the agriculture sector and many industries did not get raw materials for production. The demand for raw material went high and manufacturing cost too. Due to this, companies declared loss consecutively and the market crashed due to the underperformance of the industrial sector. So the banking sector crashed heavily. So these were the causes and effects of the Great Depression. But in my next video I will explain, how did America recover from the Great Depression? So please subscribe to my channel and share this video.